Hi, my name is Tia Hlongwa. I'm an activist in Johannesburg, South Africa. I speak on human rights and I create awareness about social injustices in marginalized communities in order to just foster social cohesion and improve the way in which we relate to one another as human beings. So today's conversation is about comparing oneself. I wanted to have this conversation particularly because I feel like I'm also a victim of this, and I think all of us are in some way or the other. We're looking at other people's lives, social media, on television, on all kinds of information consumption platforms that we all engage and indulge in. I think that we all get to points in our lives where we start to look at what others are doing, what others are achieving, and start to covet what others have manifest for themselves and wish that we could achieve that for ourselves. But I'd like to actually press the pause button and have a conversation about my own experience. That when I use social media, when I'm scrolling through and I'm looking at people achieving things, buying properties, purchasing trinkets, material possessions for themselves, I don't think that I get to a space where I am negative about myself or I look down upon myself. I actually get inspired, and I choose to covet the way in which those people structure their manifestation, the direction and the path that people take to achieve certain things. If people are in the same line of work as myself, if people are doing things that I'm interested in also doing, I'll use them as virtual mentors, as guidelines. Just as I'll use the analogy of sailors in the days of yesteryear. Sailors would use the stars as navigation tools to orientate themselves and give them direction on where to go and where they are going, to be able to chart a vision forward. I do the same, using people that have achieved the things that I would like for myself as guiding stars, as navigation tools to help me to orientate myself on what I need to do to be able to execute my best, to be able to achieve what they have, and plant the seeds in the due season in order for me to be able to harvest the kind of harvest that I seek for myself and my loved ones. And I'd like to encourage you today to allow social media to not be something that becomes a negative entity and, makes you doubt yourself or compare yourself to other people, but instead the conversation that you have with yourself when you look at social media, when you see celebrities, when you see stars, when you see leaders, when you see just, the general public posting on social media, that you shouldn't use that as something that negatively impacts you, but instead it should inspire you to become a better version of yourself. And we don't all want the same things. We don't all strive to be exactly the same thing. I think that we all have different ambitions, and that we should allow ourselves to choose where we want to go and to align ourselves with timelines. When I say timelines, obviously we follow the leadership, we follow people that hold the light in the direction of where we want to be, and allow those people to be our guides and not sources of envy